So let's see what happens. Right here, we're getting close to that point where we're gonna break that 26, and then that's where I will actually contemplate on taking it off. And it's okay if I didn't take it off from the extremes, right, guys? Like you're not looking at taking things off at the extremes. Okay, so this back and fill is fine. If somehow this fluctuates and gets up to my stop loss here at 29.25, I'm still okay. Right? Still a good whatever day, right? So, all right. So now I'm looking to take things off probably at 25. 25 or even actually lower, but 25 is a safe bet. I personally am still going to gamble with this because even if it comes back to 29.25, it's still a very good win for me. So let's just see if this breaks 24.25 in the lower time frame. I'm okay with actually dragging this stop loss up to that recent high at 26.25. So we cracked that level exactly at 26, right? That's what we're talking about. So now we're going to look at this. Yes, I could have got out at 26.25, 25.25, or whatever it may be. So I'm just monitoring this right now, seeing what happens. If we get a big either fucking pop or some shit, then I need to reevaluate. As of right now, I see that, there's a lot of fucking buying. Well, not a lot, but there's buying that didn't exactly do too much. So let's just continue to watch this, right? And see what happens. So my assessment is that we'll get to at least 23.25 or so. So we'll see if we can get to 23.25. Sorry, 23.75. And if we don't, I'll take it off. I'm not going to take it off now. It's going to want. If there's added momentum, maybe I'll take it off a little bit earlier. But I'm watching this. All right. Is that top tick? I don't know. Is there a buying volume? I don't know. Volume is lagging, so just keep watching. I'm just watching this, seeing what happens. If it cracks into the high, then maybe I get a little bit more scared and I take it off. But until then, even if it cracks the high of 2650, you should be able to get like once it cracks it, I kind of hope it does so I can show you guys. But once it cracks it, you can put in an order right away and you probably will get filled at 2650 as long as you're not trading like 5,000 lots. Right? But that gives like I'm just putting my cursor there to see what happens. Even all right, there it goes. It releases above that 26 whatever. I'll put it at 2650, and then chances are they'll back and fill this, hopefully, and I should be able to get it. Now, if you're scared and you want to exit even earlier, you can. But you should be able to get, you should be able for it to come back to 2650, if not at least 2675, to do a little back and fill before continuing anywhere. Now, if it doesn't, you can actually drag your stop loss however you want. Hold on, they're calling me. I'll be right back. But you guys can watch the stream. I have an order to buy at 26.50. My stop loss is at 29.5. See what happens. Guys, I'm out. You guys saw that, right? On the screen, 26.50. Or did you guys not see that? Or am I just trading alone?
You're all by yourself.
Yeah.
There's
Anyways.
nobody here.
Well, if you guys don't see it and no one saw it,
I was watching my screen, but yeah, I see what you're doing.
I saw your execution.
I saw
So
you move
that's-
the orders around and stuff too. It's not like I.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just trying to show you guys what is going through my mind when I'm, in a trade near a take profit level. I could have gone out exactly at 22, where I initially put it.
Well, that's what Mark Douglas says. It's how much does it cost us to see the future?
Yeah.
And you just basically said, I'm willing to give it, what did you give it, 3 points or something? Not even 2 points?
Yeah.
Well, like you could have taken it 2 points better profit.
Yeah.
Right?
But,
so you gambled 2 points to see the future.
Right. But don't forget.
It could have went down. I have a level at 1950. So it could have went down. You're absolutely right. Like, you don't know.
Yeah. But, my point is, it's about the trade management once it gets there. How you manage your trade.
Right.
So for me,
Most people will do this way too early.
Exactly.
They would have done this like where the fuck would we have done it?
They would have done it at
11:25 or whatever.
Yeah, well,
AM Eastern.
Okay. We'll just talk about price. But they would have done this at 40.36 or some shit.
38.
Like that, right?
Yeah, 38.
Yeah.
40.
So they would have done that way earlier.
It would have been like you're saying, 37 probably. Right in this exact same spot, 11:15 to 11:23 Eastern Standard, right at that point when it broke up.
Yeah. And because I did what I did, having entered at, what is that?
Did you get
46.
44? You got
No, I entered
46?
46.
Oh shit.
46
Too
even
early.
actually. So, you know, and let's just play this out real quick. Short position. Right. So 46.
Good boy.
Swing at the high. Right. Took it off at 26.50. Right. So off of the final contract, that was 11.14 risk or win reward to risk. So if you've done it, and Harvey, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just reiterating what you're saying. If you would have done it at 36, 38, whatever, it would have been just a 4.4 to 1. Now, having that big ass, take profit, that's where you want it. That's where you want to start looking for an exit based on price action. And, luckily, this is just luckily, it's reversing like crazy. And my take
You're
profit.
not wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, my take profit is very well. Now, if it collapsed, should I care? No. For all of you guys in the zero excuse room, don't give a fuck about this. Just
You
move
still got
on.
65 ticks. Yeah. Like with
Exactly. Move the fuck on,
what
right?
what time did you get on that?
Let me check for
The
you.
46 Eastern, if you could.
Yep, of course. I took heat on it, by the way.
Yeah.
I got in at 10:30:42.
10:30:42.
Yeah, I was probably
wait.
2 ticks away from stop loss. That's how much heat I took on it. Meaning I took a point and a quarter heat. Now, to me, a point and a quarter is fucking chump change in a sense of if you're trying
but it still
to
didn't break that higher high of the 47
Exactly.
whatevers, right? Like, so
Exactly.
the heat doesn't.
Well,
See,
too
the
many
thing is,
people.
I was actually kind of looking at it over here at 45, the price. And then it
Okay.
slipped through my fingers, and then risk all of a sudden became, like
45 would have been the perfect entry.
Well, exactly, and that's where I kind of was looking, and then all of a sudden it dropped down, and all of a sudden now my risk was like, I was like, fuck.
It's too much.
Yeah, it was just too much risk, right? Because at 45, it was getting to the edge, right? The price
You're
of
chasing.
45.
Yes,
Well,
you're
yeah,
chasing.
that too. You feel like a fucking you feel, and there was no other.
Correct.
But lo and behold, I looked at some other stuff, and there
Right.
was
So-
where the hell was it? 32 after was the exact. So your shot was pretty close.
Well, I take my shots. So the point is, guys, just don't focus on MAEs and shit like that. Like, I'm not trying to go against what certain other people say. I'm just saying you need to know where you're wrong. And if you're wrong if you're wrong in an amount of points and where you're right, meaning your target is 2N or 2 times or 3 times more, so 3 times your risk, then fucking take it. Who cares about the MAE? Who cares about how much it goes against you? I've had shit go against me you won't believe. Like, we're talking about thousands of dollars. We're talking about like 10, 15 points. And then all of a sudden I'm up 150, right? 150 points. So don't focus on that. Stop focusing on where your MAE is. Focus on where you're wrong. And if you're wrong, you're wrong.
Yeah, if anybody's trying to short this right here,
It's
you're
stupid.
so deep in the hole, where are you really wrong? And that's right at the very, very top.
Correct.
Now, you could say, oh, we're going to do this pivot high or that pivot high, but how many times before you figure it out? That, you know what I mean? Before you're going to take 3 shots at it here, maybe to see which pivot is going to hold.
Right. So someone might say, oh, I'm going to short right here and my stop loss is right here. So that's where I'm wrong.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
like, I'm going to be
that's
wrong
not-
with 31. Why that
that's
pivot?
not-
Why don't? Well, okay. What about 33? What about?
Yeah. It
What
doesn't.
about 38? What about 41, right? Like, and then what
Exactly.
about
That's
46?
not where
And
you're
then the
wrong.
real pivot is 47.75.
Exactly.
So do you really want to short it and have
All this bullshit.
76 worth of ticks?
Yeah.
You
As a
know,
matter of
you
fact,
could with one micro, I guess, if you really
No,
wanted to
no.
play that. But I mean, that's
No.
kind of crazy.
because we still have 45 minutes or 30 minutes into it, I'd much rather long.
Yeah, well, the news. Yeah. Never
Yeah,
mind. Yeah,
I
no,
much
no, no. 'Cause
rather
you got no
long
time
this.
left on the clock. Yeah, for sure.
Correct. So I was saying that, I was going to take this over, out on the overnight lows, blah, blah, blah. So I much rather long this than to short it. And that's why I'm like, oh, I can get the fuck out now, right? Because scenario one is we're ranging and you play the extremes. So we took out the overnight lows, right? Right, guys? So after we took overnight lows, then you're like, oh, well, we're still ranging. So maybe I could make 5, 6, 10, 8 points before, we have our news. I don't suggest it, but if you're going to do anything, you rather go long than you are short for a micro's time scale, right? So my initial take profit was at 22.50, 22.75. That was almost a low of the day. Now I gambled a little bit more, meaning I wanted to see what would happen, and it's okay. I'm more than happy and ecstatic. This is a really, 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 really good day for me, right? Well, not really, really good day. It's a good day for me. So we'll just see what happens. But if you're thinking about taking a short, you're in the fucking middle of nowhere. And that's a great thing about Volume Profile. It tells you you're in the middle of fucking nowhere. Don't be trading this bullshit. Now, if you use a daily Volume Profile, I guarantee you, anyone pull this up and tell me I'm wrong, this is probably a close to a low node right here, exactly at 30.25. More so at 28.29. But if anyone's using a daily profile, you mean, I mean for a regular session, even for extended, I guarantee you this is a low node. But in the very beginning, I said, draw yesterday's profile plus today's profile and put it together and, and see what it is. And it probably still is a low node, but you're still in the middle of fucking nowhere. I'll tell you that much. Does anyone use Volume Profile? Can anyone check if I'm right? Curious too, because sometimes my eye test is not right. Harvey, I know you use Volume Profile. Is it right? 28? Is 28 a low Volume Profile?
Yeah, I'm trying to line it up for you.
Okay. Just regular second.
See, the volume profile, it's so. What do you call
Subjective?
a low node? What do you call a low node? Like, what do you?
Subjective.
Oh, like at least Risky had it had to be at least 10% less than the POC or whatever the fuck he was using. But like, there's no like, I don't know. So there's a low node at 28, there's a low node at 24, and there's a low node at 22.
Oh, so I was right. 28. Okay. But
Yeah, 28, there's a low node. 28, 24, and 22. But I mean, like, I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say? Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Like, I can show you a picture of it, and it's just like, huh.
No, it's not. All right. So on the 2-minute, we kind of did a reversal, right? It was good out by me. Great. Whatever. Does that mean we're going to go long? No, it doesn't. Just fucking wait. You have to wait this out. Harvey, you have the floor. I need to go take a piss. I'm drinking a lot of water here.
What do you like? Maybe a little bit after the news, Cosmo. I would say at least 12 or 2:35. I wouldn't want to try and predict what's going to happen, because who the fuck even really fucking knows? Even if they do say we're not going to hike, they might think that who the fuck knows what they think, right? I don't know. So you got to wait for them to. This one's probably going to be pretty zippy, right? I mean, like, yeah, if you wanted to gamble, I'm sure it's going to zip like 80 fucking ticks here, like within 5 minutes, probably. Both ways. And then it'll figure something out. Then it's going to go back, zip some more, and then it'll fucking do like the opposite of what everybody first thinks. Yeah, exactly. And then upside down, and then a cut of, then it's going to flip, then it's going to go back, and you're going to think, oh, look, that's the right way. Then they're going to stop it and fuck everybody around. So I'd like to just wait. I haven't even taken a trade today. I missed that short. And if I don't have to take a trade today, or if I don't take a trade today, I'm not going to cry about it. I'd be more crying about the $1,000 I'm down than not taking a trade, right? So, because this environment, man, you're going to get, if you don't, like, say, like back in the day when I was trying to be a cowboy, I wouldn't run with a stop. And yeah, you're just going to margin call if you don't have enough deep, if your pockets aren't deep enough. And all of a sudden you're 30 ticks underwater and you're like, what the fuck just happened? Right? Like within seconds, I lost a ton of money on the one FOMC by accident because I fat fingered at the wrong time. And before it was like, I got screenshots. I think it was 6 seconds later, I was 32 ticks. And then it just kept going. Like it didn't come back at all, ever. And I was using large, like I was trading minis. I think I had fucking 4 minis or something stupid like that. Yeah. One, like if you, okay, so what, like just before you're going to go long or short, which direction do you think you're going to go? 1 minute, you got a point. You could try something crazy like that. Like at least you're not being a full out cowboy, right? So what? It's $1.25 times, what are you going to put, a 45 tick stop on that? So that's $56, right? Of risk. Let's just say. Breaking out. You think it could go up, right? Yeah. So let's just say it goes up another 150 ticks from where we're going to start, right? Let's just pretend. So with the 1 micro, you see what I mean? Is it worth the 150 ticks? Is that worth the $190? Right? Or are you just building a bad habit for $190 fucking dollars?
What happened?
Well, Cosmo was thinking, I said stay the fuck out of it. I'm not going to do anything until like 235.
Yeah.
I probably not. I'm going to let it all fucking settle in. This one's going to be pretty whippy. I see it going 80 ticks up, 80 ticks down, 80 ticks up, 80 ticks down, 40 ticks up, 80 ticks up, maybe, and then it's going to rip or do whatever, right? And then it's going to fake it out twice, probably, or 3 times, and it's going to rinse. And then Cosmo said, well, maybe I'll try 1 micro on it, right, as a gamble. So I was just doing the math. It would be $62 of risk potentially with a 50 tick stop, right, to potentially make $190 with a 150 tick move on 1 micro. And I personally don't think it's worth it. You're gonna earn $190, so it's a bad return. Plus, you're building a bad habit. I think that's not a really good gambling like this. I don't know if it's really I don't think it's my cup of tea, really. But it won't be a gamble.
Before you guys continue, can you guys tell me if you guys can see the major levels now? Chat room.
Yeah, but you kicked me out.
Just watch.
I know it's there. It's there.
Okay. You're dumb. I know what I did and did not do. Okay, cool. All right. I re-enabled it. I will update it tomorrow. Not today. I thought I was gonna do it today, but I'm tired. So I'll update it tomorrow. All the major levels you need, for those of you guys who aren't in the private chat, you just need to come pre-market. You'll see it. So technically, you don't need to.
Yeah, for the intraday moves. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
It's all fucking there.
Yeah, absolutely. For an intraday, and yeah, the scenario thing. Yeah.
I don't know if it helps, but at least you have levels to play off of.
Yeah, that's a good question, Cosmo. Do you see that, Zero? He's or maybe a set of guidelines. Like, are you looking for something?
Wait,
on an
time out. No, I read it, Harvey, and I'm gonna quiz someone. Chia, you there? Now that I said quiz, Chia might not be there.
No, I'm here. I'm here.
Okay, Chia, answer Cosmo.
I don't know if I can answer that. All I know is that you always said that news just accelerates the move, I guess. So
Good memory.
Exactly. Yep. So if Cosmo actually, you know what, Chia, explain that.
Good memory, man.
I can't right now. I'm too dumb for that. Well, no, I need you to explain it again, Zero.
You're not too dumb.
I volunteer.
Okay, go ahead. Yep.
No,
Go for it, Damon.
the news is the market is gonna do what the market is trying to do, regardless of the news. But the news will help accelerate it to that destination. Correct?
Correct.
Woo!
Correct. So if you have a target at, say, an upside target or whatever, yes, it will rinse out weak hands. So if you got long, say, overnight lows, it rinsed you out, or even, let's just get a little bit more extreme. Yesterday's lows, let's just say it might rinse you out. And if I were to tell you, hey, we're going to go up, and that's a certainty, right? That doesn't mean it won't rinse people out on the weaker hands, because anyone who was with a strong hand would have been long ago, say Monday, say Friday, or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
So go ahead, Harvey.
No. It wasn't even Monday. It was Monday of last week when I figured it out.
Well,
I didn't take it.
yes, technically for me, it was, I'll tell you the time that I figured it out. For me,
I remember that morning specifically.
It was March 13th.
Yeah, that's the Monday last week.
Oh, that's Monday? Okay.
Yeah.
So for me, you're looking at the market wants to do what the market wants to do when it comes to Fed, when it comes to things that, for the most part, they can predict. Now, they can't predict war. They can't predict famine. They can't predict weather. They can't predict, even though people think they can predict weather, they can't. It's bullshit. So if the market's going to be up, it's going to be up. Now, that doesn't mean that it can't rinse out weak hands to the downside before it goes up. Or if it's going to go down, it doesn't mean that it's not going to go up before it rinses out short. So let's just say a lot of people were short, here, such as I was at 46 or whatever. That doesn't mean it's not going to pop up to like 50, 55, whatever, and then rinse people out and take a bunch of stop losses before they go, shoot this down. So what Bayman, Chia, Harvey are saying is absolutely correct. The market is going to do what the market's going to do. And Cosmo, practice, go back and see any quote unquote major events, and all of a sudden those major events actually didn't do anything. Meaning, if they raised rates, or if the war came in, trust me, the Russian war with Ukraine, people saw that shit a mile away. They were talking about that shit a mile away. Meaning, they were able to actually start. They were actually able to start positioning themselves for such. So when the war actually broke out, crude oil went up just a tad because of retailers, and then it shut down. Exactly right. It just increases volatility. Where it wants to go, it's gonna go. Right? That's it. Same thing with coronavirus. This is where I was 1000% into capital flow, because this is when I start actually really caring about it. Is that they essentially call it the bottom, not to the tick, but to I think it was 20 points off, right? To me, that was holy fuck. And the explanation was we needed to do that. Now, when it came to, say, the most recent drop from last year, that was something that I personally called myself, with capital flow ideas. I told my wife a little bit early, mind you, mid-November, I was already telling, and all my friends, I said, we're going to get a big drop. And they said, no, we're not. I said, yeah, we are. And we had a big drop. And initially, in the first couple of months, say 2-3 months, they're like, oh, it's a small drop, we're going to recover. I said, no, I'm just adding to my shorts. And then, when we did drop and we came back up, and oh, it's done. No, I'm just adding to my shorts. Because you have to know the cycle of things. And capital flow is about the cycle of things, right? Diamonds are not going to always be precious. Gold is not going to always be useless or unpegged. The dollar is not always going to be sought after. And equities is not going to always be sought after. The cost of money is rising. So why would companies invest, why wouldn't investors invest in companies? The cost of money, or the cost of profit, is rising each and every single day with inflation, right? So if you actually track inflation and all of a sudden you think of things, you're like, wait a minute, you're fucking seriously overvalued. And if inflation continues, then you're okay. You're just kind of on par. But if inflation stops, or say interest rate stops, then your earnings are actually really below par. And that's what happened in 2022. So you have to incorporate everything into this. But Cosmo, despite I didn't mean to gang up on you, that was a really good question, by the way. A lot of people don't understand that. They think that's some kind of catalyst news where it drives things certain ways. No, it doesn't. In my opinion, I will say that.
Yeah, you can't. This is another one of those. In trading, there's not a ton of these black and white, here's the answer for you, 2 + 2. Right? It's a lot. Somebody might argue the exact opposite of what Zero just said. Right? Anybody at the CNBC fucking news desk would probably 100% disagree with what Zero just said.
They will, for sure.
100%. They built their whole career around the opposite of what you just fucking said.
Yeah.
So
and they're always wrong.
But I mean, it's not always. That's the thing. It's
not
always.
The thing is,
it's always sometimes. 60% of the time, it works 60% of the time.
No. So why I say that they're wrong is because they're not looking at a stop loss. That's why they're wrong. I could tell you that everything is going to go up. Like I literally could just be like, everything's gonna go up. Cruise is gonna go up. Nat gas is gonna go up. Debt's gonna go up. Inflation's gonna go up. Gold's gonna go up. Everything's gonna go up.
Yeah,
Is
I
it gonna
agree.
go up eventually? Yeah. Of course it will. But
Yeah, I
where's your
agree with
stop
that.
loss? Yeah. So when you know
See,
they go
they don't
crazy,
have a stop loss. See
They
the
don't.
see the difference? No, you know why? Because it's the well, it's the what do you call it? 401k mentality, right? Like it's just there is no selling until the end, and then
Right.
it's kind of like there's your gamble. It's what's it going to be at the end, right? Like well, it depends when you started. Well, yeah, it does depend when you started, but right, you get what I mean? Like it's not.
All
It's
those
just it's finished when
CNBC
it's
guys,
done. That's all it
right?
is. It's finished when it's done, and they don't know anything.
All those CNBC guys, all those guys, Twitter, they aren't traders, guys. Be aware that they're not traders. What they are just speculators,
You know what they really are?
sharks. No,
No,
they're not.
they're
Moron.
actually they're what's that? They're salespeople.
Go ahead,
They're
Sully.
selling the companies with advertising. Wrap that around your fucking head. Who the fuck pays them?
Advertisers. Sully, you were gonna say something?
Mm.
All right, change your mic, Sully. No, you're right in the sense where they're gonna disagree with me, but they're not traders. They're
I'm not
just
saying you're wrong. I'm just trying to,
no,
be the other
no,
side of the coin here.
absolutely. But I'm just
That's
saying
all.
that
Like, it's not like it's what I started with was there is no fucking right answer in any of these questions that most people ask. Yet everybody as a human wants this. It is raining. I better get my umbrella. Fucking answer, right? Like it's
yeah.
that's what people are looking for, and it's like there is no real answer. So Zero's answer is wrong, but sometimes it's right, and same with the other and everything, right? I'm just trying to.
I'm
Yeah.
going from a not a investor's perspective, but a longer term trader perspective. So just keep that in mind.
Right.
Big week for averaging short. Well, I'm gonna wait for your
Oh, it
mic
is
to work.
loaded. So he's been Sully, you haven't been. He's been averaging in on
I
a
don't
big
know.
short position. Ooh, and now you're full. Ooh, and now we've got this. The final countdown. Sully might be. Sully
I
might
like
have
that.
might have sprung the leak.
I like that song though. Don't tweet that much. I don't like it when you sing it though, but I like the song.
I wasn't singing. That was like
Whatever
guitar.
that was.
The broker's on speed dial, right? Sully, is that you're? Just don't think about it. When you're right, you're right. Oh yeah, I got one for that too.
Osmond, did you understand that, by the way? I just want to double check on that. And please don't, understand about the FOMC or any kind of news, stuff like that. And guys, anyone in here, just if you want to, you can unmute. You're all welcome to speak.
Mm.
Bateman's telling us to shut the fuck up. Okay, cool. Cool. Cosmo.
It's like it's always the dream to put fucking I guess it would be always the dream to have the. It's like going to Vegas. Like you don't go to Vegas with like your rent money. You go to Vegas with like extra money. So yeah, the dream would be.
No,
to
you
put,
go to
like,
you go to Vegas with textbook money. That's what you go to Vegas with. You don't go to Vegas.
textbook.
Yeah, it's tuition money, bro.
Okay. Yeah, plus we had that rollover and all that other shit, so I'm not like all excited to get fucking trampled in this fucking shit.
All right. I'm probably not going to trade, but I will call out my trades.
What rollover do we have?
Someone answer that. Who asked that question?
Sully.
Oh, what's up, Sully? What's up, brother? How you doing, sir? I'll answer that since Sully. I love my Sully. ES rollover last week. We have rollover in bonds. We have rollover in crude. You should know this, by the way. But with the rollover, I just don't see us going very far. Now, on intraday side, yeah, we can go far. But as a directional side, I don't think we're going to go that. We're not going to do anything crazy, right? So can we still drop down 100 something points? Yeah, but that doesn't mean that we have a directional move. I think that with this rollover, with a lot of things coming off the board, currencies, everything, it's got to be careful. I just don't see us having a crazy directional move until May 2nd.
Yeah, fair enough. I understand.
Wait, so you've been following Nadro? By the way, if you guys don't know, Sully is a good friend of mine.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember that Rex guy. I was talking to him last week. He was in that other room that I had, and he was just
You mean
like,
the room that I was kicked out of.
well, I think I kicked you out of the one with a pan too. But
No, you kicked me out with the Tom.
yeah, that one. Don't feel bad. Everybody got kicked in the end.
No, I don't
But,
feel bad. I just think that it's hilarious. I think it's cool.
It was
No hard
it was an
feelings,
effort
Sully.
to it was an
No hard
effort to
feelings.
get people to be active. But
No, I agree.
yeah, he was in that room for a while, and then he anyways, he's been trading a long time. He used to work at the Fed actually, and I was talking to him, and then he told me how he was doing Nadro and he really liked it and blah blah blah. Did it last year, and then I had the course. I never bought it, but had the course, and then
Watch 50-25, guys. 50-25. There it is. Yeah, go on. Sorry.
no worries. I'm just getting back to my desk. I had the course and just kind of peeked through it, and then anyways, so he inspired me. I was like, wow, maybe I should go look back through it. Mostly just for the execution stuff, if anybody's taken it.
Cool. Whatever helps, like.
Well, Fat Cat got a lot out of it too. Like you noticed, like when he really started doing well was right after he took that national course.
I don't know for a fact, so I don't want to say anything.
I'm not saying that's like what made him do well, like obviously, but it seemed like he really leveled up after he took it. To me,
He personally, in my opinion, this environment fits him so well. Like high volatility, but yet, on the intraday basis, quite rangy. I think he strives in this condition, whereas it actually hurts someone like myself. So,
for sure.
But
I actually,
I'll private message you this, by the way.
Okay. For the record, I could not stand Merritt Black for the longest time.
Fuck,
I
dude.
just, couldn't stand them. But honestly, actually, like I took some time and went through this course, and I was like, wow, this is actually like pretty well thought out. It's got hints of SMB everywhere, which like I would suck Mike Belfiore's dick. So I don't know. He's like a snake oil salesman. He's condescending. And honestly, I thought like, how could anybody ever leave SMB and not be a fucking problem? But that was just like naive thinking, obviously. Yeah.
So you're not incorrect on that, right? But there's a lot of traders who are snake oil salesmen.
Well, and then it's like he's got the prop firm and the Nadro thing, and it's like it's just writings all over the wall. But after doing the course, I'm like, it's just a very well thought out methodology.
Yeah. Guys, that was a good rejection off of 5025, although we actually went above it. But again, you have to expect that during shit like this, right? We went above it by like 4 or 5 points. But if you look at a chart, it actually is a really good rejection of that level. Now, I'm not saying get short, but you know, pay attention to the levels up and down, pay attention to the bonds, gold, everything else. So having the gold hit certain levels, I kind of have to say we got to be careful right now. Anything to the long side. So we'll just see what happens. Like gold's up, bonds are up. You know, just kind of watch it for now, right? So we're coming up with that 50-25 again. See what happens. NQ didn't really get that far. They're also not extended. Whereas ES is not extended either. So
NQ did make it. It's Wednesday, so NQ did make it to its weekly +1.
dollar's right at liquidity level right now. And watch the dollar. See what happens, guys. Just wait. Like you're not gonna want to buy in this area. And if you're a long bias, that's great. But you know,
This is just better and better pricing to average short zero.
yeah, no, agree. I'm just looking for averaging into it. I already took my short. I already made my money. But I'm just looking for areas to do it. And this is still not an area to get short or long, in my opinion. Uh, mm,
Uh, 69, 70 on deck. Well, yeah. How are you gonna like? You only got an on and an off now with that Cosmo, so now you're kind of. Did you take it or what?
And Q, you saw in Q.
Man, I switched over my execution to Sierra the other day from Jigsaw, and it's just so much better, to be honest.
Jigsaw sucks dick.
It does, dude. It's just horrible.
Okay. Not only that, Sully. So I've been saying this for quite some time within my own, stream. Jigsaw funnels you and corrals you into a certain trading style, which is actually bad.
Exactly. Yep, you're right.
So I was having issues with Sierra, so I switched to Jigsaw, and those 2-3 days I fucking took hits, and I was like, "What the fuck, dude? Like seriously?"
If I use Jigsaw, it's like I just fucking forget everything and then just stare at the Dom like an autist. Like I just
Right.
fucking full blown
all of a
autism. Can't take my eyes off the Dom. It's
And
retarded.
that tick chart seems like it's a fucking world, right? Like you're just looking at that fucking bubble and that white. It's like, God damn it, dude, this shit sucks.
Yeah, I never use a tick chart, but
I mean,
it just
even it's like 4 tick, whatever. But it's just so shitty. I was like, what the fuck is going on? I was so sure I was wrong there, but no, it was stop you out to the tick, and I'll just keep going. I was like, fuck this.
your risk tolerance like shrinks, or mine does at least too. Like I'm in and
Me
out of
too.
trades
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right. Yeah,
Does that have to do with the height of the Dom?
no, it has everything to do
No.
with what you can see.
That's what I mean. The height of the Dom. So you're going to put your order within that, so it's going to be tighter than your want.
No, it's because actually I don't know. I'm done.
I think
Go
it
ahead,
has to do
Sal.
with whatever chart you execute on. Like on Sierra, I'm on more of like a footprint and a DOM kind of thing. But then Jigsaw, I don't have the levels straight across with my Sierra when I do all my analysis on Sierra. So it's like ultimately I'm just focusing on the order flow and the DOM if I'm executing on Jigsaw. Whereas Sierra, it's just more well rounded, I think. I don't know.
Um,
The order types and shit too also suck for Jigsaw. Way better on Sierra.
dude, this might fucking just end right here at 40-40. Or maybe no. Yeah. This might end at like 40-42, dude. Guys. This is bullshit. It's shit training, dude. I'll be right back.
I don't think I'm trading this shit. I'm just asking for a fucking stop out, in my opinion.
Well, where are you wrong?
Well, I mean, I think there's still setups, but it's just so thin. And I don't know, for a tight stop, I don't have any foresight here because they're just reacting off of news, the algos, right? So unless you're gonna scalp it like pure order flow scalp, for me, this just isn't it. Like I could long right here to be honest, but not for me. I mean, I could long if I wasn't fully loaded to the titch short, where my break even is 3,925. Any of you guys trading this?
I'm gonna wait a little bit more. I was gonna try and chase that short there, but I just didn't.
Nice. If I trade anything later on, it's just going to be short-term order flow scalps, I think. Like 15, 30-second trades type of thing.
Would you reduce your size on that kind of thing?
No, I usually, no, probably not. Because I don't have a big enough account to, like, go, I could trade micros, but scalping with micros is a fucking nightmare. So. And like, I don't know who I'm kidding. I'm always scalping. So it's not really a change, I guess.
I don't really see anything to be taken right now, to be honest. Yes. $45.50. Just watch that. I'm not trading anymore, so I already made my money for the day. I don't cut myself off based on how much I make, but there's really no reason for me to risk anything, after the day I've had. So, especially with the runner I've had, so I'm just gonna leave it and watch this, right? And trade this as well. So 45.50, you know. All right, I was short 45.50. See what happens. So I will risk mitigate at 42.50. So almost there, couple points. There you go. Risk mitigated at 42.50. I'm short at 45.50. Stop loss is at 48.50. And I'm willing to watch this, right? Because that's just, I have no risk on this trade anymore. So again, zero risk, just watching where it goes. My risk on this was 300. So technically right now, if I even take it off, that's good money right now, but I will keep on holding on to it and see what happens. All right, so okay, we're gonna run this through again, like I normally would, as far as trading management. So now that I'm short and I mitigate a risk at 45.50, I'm actually just watching this, seeing what happens, and I'm switching to be able to take it off. So if it somehow passes 45.75, which is getting close to, then I'll start mitigating risk. I'll start looking to take off risks. If it somehow gets below 350, then I'm clear. I'll leave my risk where it is, or at break even, and see what happens. So this area that is testing right now is, for your own profile guys, filling in a node, right? So all right, it broke. So I'm going to take it off right here at 43.75. Boom, out. So I'm out at 43.70, well, 43.50. That made you slight profit. What you could have done is drag it up to 45.75 and see what happens if you're in the money well. But now I wasn't in the money well, so I'm not going to do that. I'd rather just take my profit and just move on with life, right? So that's what I would do. I feel like this is another just one-on-one with Hartman, but whatever. You know what, Batman? Because you said that, let's do it for fun. Type out the number of trades you've done for the day. Oh. You gotta go. 15? Bayman. Bayman. The fuck? 4 is good, Imperator. That's good. Anyone else?
They did rates by 25 basis points.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
3 rye, that's really, really, really good. So you guys see how I exited that at 43.50, and I saved myself some points right there, right? So it wasn't well into money, so I took it off. But watch the process, I guess. Imperator 4, Sully 0. Sully, you don't count. You're just too long term. Imperator, do you mind sharing? I want to know what the fuck 4 was. And Bayman, fucking 15, dude. Bayman, can you jump on voice? I really want to talk to you about this. Any trades per day? Fuck. I don't even. You know what? This is why I wanted to open my own Discord, because this shit's bullshit. Cosmo, what did you do? Dave, I'm focusing on our people. All right, Bayman. All right, fine. I'll just talk to you through, you can text it. So let me ask you a question. Honestly speaking, do you consider yourself a smart man? Be honest about that. And, don't be humble, be honest. Nice, Cosmo. I like that you only took 3. Sell, buy. Great. Good. Good stuff. It's not about whether you win or lose. It's about the number of trades you do. Day like this, fuck. Come on, man. Come on, guys. Okay. If you consider yourself smart, which I do agree with you, you're a smart guy. I can tell by the way you say and do things. However, Damon, can I ask you if you're smarter than an algo? Are you faster than an algo? Are you smarter than an algo? You're probably smarter than an algo, and algo is only as good as the creator, but you're not faster. And faster is money. So what I'm trying to get at is the less you trade, that you'll do better in trading. So calm down on that number of trades you've done. Despite, like, again, if you are trading 4 times, 5 times with a 5 tick stop loss, or sorry, 5 times with a 1 tick stop loss versus 1 trade with a 1.25 stop loss, you actually make money because you're not incurring all that bullshit expenses, right? Now, I'm not saying that you should focus on commission, but the fact is that if you were just to take break evens all day long, the more you trade, the worse you are. So you can take multiple stabs, but just be careful where you're taking those stabs. So maybe you need to integrate one more thing, to kind of filter it. Solely, I agree with you that, well, I don't agree with you. I think algos are smart. I just think that they're only as smart as their creators. But the fact is, faster, speed is everything in this game when you're going for ticks. So don't go for ticks. Damon, you should actually be concerned about the amount you're trading. If you're looking for shorts, don't get short at all. You're gonna get a back and fill, probably to 53.5. So don't get short right now. Do not get short. You're looking at 53.5, maybe 50.5, and then it slams down. But you don't want to get short right now, guys. Don't fall for that. I know sometimes if some of you guys are looking at a small time frame chart, it slams down 2 points. You think you're missing it, so you chase it. Don't fall for that. Just wait. This is going to get up to 50.5, if not, 53.5. So just wait. And if you miss it, you miss it. It's cool. Don't worry about it. Who cares? You missed it. Who cares? Play the game. It doesn't matter. Don't chase this. We just got some alerts. Bitcoin 28,420 is going to be the reversal point. That's going to be the back and fill point. 28,420, okay? For the Dow, it's going to be 739. Yes. We're looking at 36 and a quarter. So whatever I said before, forget about that. It's 36 and a quarter. If you want to get short, it's going to be 36 and a quarter. Okay, there goes your 36 and a quarter right there. So let's just wait and see and wait for it to settle, right? So you're not just buying it straight up there, waiting for it to settle. And I'll tell you right now, for me, it's not settling yet. It's probably going to be a little bit later than most people, but I'll wait. I'll tell you the price. Fuck it, I'll trade it. So let's go to here. Need a little bit more time, maybe 10 more seconds. 10 more seconds. Doesn't matter, it does that. It's fine. It's gonna back and fill. There is the back and fill. That's fine. Wait. This is not it. This is not it. Forty-six, 46.50. Let's see. Boom. All right, let's see. Oh, what the hell? Just, how did it stop me up so quick? I want it at, let's see it break 42. I want to see it break 42 flat and then get short. And there it is. Possibly get short at 45. This is 44.50. We didn't get it. We didn't get it. We didn't get it. And a lot of pushing. Stop. A lot of buying right there. So during this period, down on half an hour. So let's see what goes from here. It's back to fill, don't care. I don't think so, Silly. I'm gonna wait this out. Sully. Short 51.25. Risk may get it at 48.75. Let's see where it goes. All right, break even on that trade. Too much velocity, you want to wait. Oh, absolutely. This is gonna be a shit show. Waiting. Banks are not responding. This is gonna be a shit show until the Powell's done. Gonna wait for this. Who are you talking about, Laris? Powell? Sully? Sorry. Wait for this. I think things are gonna settle after you send off. All right, so here's your high probability play right here, as far as ES goes. You're waiting. I'll let you guys know your high probability play. This is gonna build a higher high, at least to 71.25. This is your Wednesday high. It's not a short yet. Just wait. There it is. Almost a little bit over the tick. So let's see what this is before you take that short or extender for the week. Just wait, 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 wait. Not yet. Wait. Harvey, this is the back test we did. Right here. Wait for this retrace to 71.25 or so. Wait for a slow. If you can grab at 71.50. I fucked it. But this is it. Right here. 71. Totally fucking missed it. But this is where it is. Quick. No, not catching a flying knife, Jazzer. Calculated move. You should be able to mitigate risk long ago. And this is where it is. This is back tested. Peter, you were there. Harvey, you were there. This is a back tested move based on levels. You should mitigate risk by already and be well in the money. Good, Cosmo. But Harvey, did you see that? I mean, it was too quick. I couldn't get in, but it was right there. Called it out. 71.25. You took a tick loss, so or a tick MAE, so whatever. This is where you make your money. Extend it for the day, extend it for the week, where you make your money. Right? Where are you gonna make it to? You're gonna hold this. To about 31. In ES is 31.25. This is your Wednesday high. You should have no risk on this trade at this point. Even if you didn't get at 71.25. No, no one catches a flying knife. His job, Cosmo. Where's your target, Cosmo? Your target should be at the top of that range. No, I rather. Well, watch 1150 in the NQ and see what happens in that area, right? So although it's coming against you, if you got it at 71, 71.25, you're just watching it. You mitigate risks. You're allowing it to play out. They're still talking. Right? If it breaks this low, which it just did, you're dragging your break even to 70.25. See what it does there. And just watch. Just keep watching. 1287. 0282. Okay. Wow, that's really nice short, Cosmo. I'm just gonna narrate your shit since no one else is fucking answering. And someone thinks we're catching a fucking falling knife. Or rising knife, or whatever the fuck it is. You're just watching this. Just watch it. If you met your target for the day, get out. But you haven't. So just watch it. I would probably bring my stop loss for you, Cosmo, to 53 and a quarter and a half, and watch this. 53 and a quarter. Right? So that's what I would do. So for now, right now, what you're really watching is 35, even though your stop loss is there. See what happens from here. Don't take it off. Monitor it. Watch the risk. Because this can keep going or it cannot. Who knows? Who the fuck knows what the market's going to do? It can go up, down, left, sideways. Who cares? Okay. Either or. The stop loss is where it was. We're just going to watch it right now. And as a matter of fact, I would drag my stop loss to 35, and a half. See what happens. Okay, it keeps going. Great. You're still at 35 and a half. So remember that number, 35 and a half. You're not taking anything off or on. 35 and a half. And Cosmo, for you, since you have two running on, let's take one off when we deem it's necessary. And then you can take the other one off when you deem it's necessary. So let's just play this out together, right? So your stop loss right now should be pulled at 35 and a half. Let's see what happens. The other two, you should be dragging your TP or target profit all the way down because you don't want to trigger it by accident. We're watching this. 35 and a half. Still at now, I want you to drag your stop loss to 14 and a half. You're going to keep it there at 14 and a half. You're going to keep on sitting there at 14 and a half. Both of your stop losses. And let's see what happens. Now we're just watching 6.25, watching 6.25. Is it going to continue to go down, or is it going to go back up to 6.25? Watching that right now, right? Stop loss again at 14.25. We're watching 6.25. So drag both of your stop losses to 14.25. And then you're not doing anything else, or you're just watching 6.25. See what it does. If it breaks the low, you're dragging your stop loss to 6.25. And now you're watching. Well, it's not going to do it, but we'll see what happens. We're not doing anything yet. Your stop loss is still at 14.25. And we're still watching 6.25. This has nothing to do with it. This move is inconsequential. We don't give a shit about it. Stop loss at 14.25. Watching 6.25. You follow me, Cosmo? All right, Cosmo. Now your stop loss is at 6.25. You're watching 9.94.25. Good, Cosmo. Drag your stop loss again to 6.25. You're watching 94.25. That's what you're doing right now. Right? You're just gonna keep on doing that. Now you drive your stop loss to 94.25, and then you're gonna bring your now you're watching 72 flat. 72 flat, you're watching your stop loss is at 94.25. Now you're just watching that 91.75. Your stop loss remains there. You just gain a shit ton of points. I don't know how else to better explain this to you, but this is how you manage trades. Right? So right now, where's your stop loss, Cosmo? Jump on voice, it was easier. Don't waste your time typing this shit, dude. Manage your trades. 94.25, 994 flat, 94.25. Right? And now you're watching 50-50. Your stop loss is going to be pulled down to 71.50, and you're watching at 51.25. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep. 71.50. Stop loss is at 71.50, and now you're watching 51.25. 70.75. Sorry. I mean,
I can share the screen if you want.
It's up to you how you want to do it. It doesn't matter. But I want you to know. I want to know that how we're managing trades, right? So had you taken off a lot, you would have probably taken off a lot of shit.
Yeah.
So now you're
yeah.
So now your stop loss is at 51. Now you're watching 36. Okay, stop loss at 51.
Stop loss 51. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So there we are. So now you're gonna take it off. You're gonna take one off at 9:30. Okay. Your stop loss is at that 51. You're gonna take one off at 9:30. Now, if it hits your stop loss before it hits 9:30 and a half, actually, it's fine. It's okay. You still made a shit ton more than you have if you just let it run. But you're leaving your stop loss there. You're gonna take one off because you have two left, and 30.50.
I took one off at 39. Now still only one running and stop at 51.50.
Okay. But 30.50 was the right area. You want to take it off. Watch. Boom. 30.50. You got hit. And then it comes back against you. Now, your remaining one will stay, assuming you have two left over at 51. And then you
only one. Now only one running. Yeah.
Okay. But what I'm trying to say is that takeoff was the correct way to take it off, right? And then you just keep on watching this, because where was your original target?
I think it's 12,877.
Okay, well,
Like
you fucking
the
made a
last
shit-
swing low.
Yeah, you made a shit ton more points.
Exact.
Exactly.
But I think I'm gonna put a take profit on 877.
Okay, that's fine. But what I'm trying to say is managing your trade is actually really important.
Mhm.
You, like, I'm trying to, talk to you as if I was managing the same trade. That's what I would have done.
Yeah, it's the same thing, like the same commentary last Friday. I followed
Well,
like what you were saying. It
people-
was very like helpful for like holding
Well,
the trade. Yeah.
Yeah, most people don't get to see that though, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Sorry.
Good fucking short.
I think I'm gonna get out at this point. I don't like this price action.
Okay.
I think I'm out.
Yeah.
I will
Good
I will
trade,
put my stop at 924. If it
924.
goes, it goes. If not, I will just 924 is the stop now.
Yeah, I think that's fine. I think you can even take it off, right here at 0925. I think you did well. Good shit. Good job. Good trade.
Thanks. I'm still holding it, so let's see if it can like push down more.
You greedy ass, you took it off at 39 and now you want to hold more shit?
No, I took off one. Now I still have one running, only one micro running. With
Okay.
they stop at 924.
You
One tick
shouldn't
to
have-
touch the stop.
Okay. Cosmo, like you told me
Yeah.
that you had 2 micros on. You shouldn't have taken it off just yet, but still
I got
fucking
stopped up.
amazing fucking trade. You know what I'm saying? Like, had you waited with that 2 micro and you took it off where we talked about it, you would have had a lot more, and then you took it off right here. Great fucking trade. Now, that doesn't mean that you didn't have a good trade anyways, but you would have gotten a little bit more, which is
Yep.
fine. When you have pocket aces, you maximize on that shit.
Exact. I
Yeah.
just shared like the MA MFE things.
Good stuff,
I
but
look
don't
crazy.
focus on MAE, MFE, okay?
Yeah, it's
Please
just
don't.
for joking, nothing serious,
32 MAE? Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah, I focus
I
on
have
the
it on
negatives.
video.
I don't focus on the positives, bro. 32 MAE. Okay, we need to fix that. But that's a great fucking trade. Good.
Yeah.
Good. Good shit.
Especially like the trade management and stuff like.
Yeah.
I think as I already said, like holding trades is kind of part of edge, I think. Like because from my own experience, like just scalping, looking for quick scalps, you get cut a lot, You can just not take good trades, that's it. But that was a good trade, I think. Yeah. Thank you, Zero. Thank you so much.
How does it feel that this shit's at 65, 61?
This is
Don't
the
take your shit off too early, dude. You had such a good short. Oh my god, such a good short, dude.
on NQ. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. On NQ, it's such a good short. Don't take it off, man. Like it's an amazing short. As a matter of fact, right now, we might pull back to about 51, 52, 53, whatever. And then we're going to continue lower overnight. So if you're a swing trader, you're looking at 52, 53, and then you're going to take this much, much, much lower. You're going to probably take this down to 698, 200 points down for NQ. So, as you progress in holding things, you mitigate risk,
Yeah.
you take profit, and you just want to leave 1 or 2 contracts and just let it go.
Exactly. Like I mitigated the risk. I entered with 8 micros. I
Mhm.
mitigated risk. The risk was like, it was from 77 to high of the day. So I think, what was the high of the day? It was 82. Yeah, from 77.5. Like it's like 4-point stop. So I like quickly mitigated risk with the volatility and kept like the 4 running. Then I started to scale out with you like simultaneously.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Really good
I think I'm gonna just trade news from now on. Thank you, Zero. Thank you.
No. Don't thank me, man. You had the good entry. You give yourself a fucking round of applause for that shit. Good stuff. Watch crypto. Crypto right here at 27,570 is going to be a big fight. For Bitcoin. Yes, Ethereum's not really putting that in, but just watch crypto. That's going to be a huge fight in that. That shows, not a lot of faith in risk. You have NQ, who actually is leading to the downside. We are 1,000% on the short side, but that doesn't mean we want to be short. Okay, so tomorrow is going to be a telling day. We're going to look for shorts here. Just believe that. Yes, we need to backtrack. Quite a bit. We need to back and forth. I don't know where it's going to be yet, but it's possibly 27 or 45 before we continue lower to about 995. Yeah. Good trade, Jazzer. Should have told me earlier. I would have walked you through it. But either way, good trade, good entry, actually. Good stuff. I've been trading on Sim the last hour and a half because I already made my money. So I really don't care about this move, to be honest with you. I'm a little bit, to be quite honest, I've been a little bit lockstep with over leveraging. So I'm currently short in gold, short in bonds, short in 10-year, short in ES, short in crypto, long in Russell. I'm just all over a goddamn place. So I opted not to trade after making my 4, 5, 6R. But yeah, so all this right here is actually just Sim. I was trying to do something what we did with Cosmo, which is essentially managing trades once you get a good entry. I failed because I personally didn't get into it, but good thing Cosmo did. So good job, Cosmo. But yeah, but good entry, Jazzer. You should get a back and fill and Q as well. So tomorrow might be an update, a slight update, meaning we're gonna get to that critical area before we snap down. Guys, if you guys are here for pre-market, watch that level where there's a red box. That's going to tell you that that's a lot of inflection point. We don't want to get there. We want to reflect on that, right? We don't want that. So as of now, watch 2750 in the ES, and 45. But as of now, we're heading lower, obviously. So see what happens. I hope that helped you guys when Cosmo was in that trade and we were kind of running it through. It was a really good trade by Cosmo. It wasn't as exciting as my short in the early hours, but It was a good trade. Sorry, my trade wasn't as exciting. His trade was more exciting. You can make money off any kind of bullshit indicator, any kind of profile, farm profile, anything, as long as you know how to manage risk, manage your trades, and that's how you manage trades. You need a back and fill in crude. If you have the fucking cojones, I think nat gas is a good buy. I think gold is or was a good short, no longer.
I noticed Zero that when the news releases, there is a big mess, but like seconds after, or like 2-3 minutes after, the things become clearer. Like I was like, the entry was based on DOM, to be honest with you. Like I was reading the DOM, seeing the pace, the momentum and stuff, but it was clearer at that point, like that kind of exhaustion at the top of the day, at the high of the day. So I think like we can trade news from a like risk management perspective. If you have, for example, like I tried to do, like for example, 5-point stop, 10-point stop, even, like you can play with that. If you're, for example, high on the day, 2R, 3R, 4R, you can, for example, play the news like by managing the risk, as you said. Like you can trade over any level with any indicator and stuff, as long as you're managing risk right. So I think that we just need, as you said, also wait to wait the market to settle a little bit. I think it's doable. Like, what do you think about that?
I don't think you're wrong. I think that like I watch gold here, right? Gold right here, we gotta see what it does right here. So as if gold continues up, it's bad for capital flow as far as bid risk on. Yes. I think you're right. However, just like how Cosmos, sometimes you use my levels, sometimes you use your own. And you have, what I always ask is, or what I always say is, ask yourself, is this an area that you should be getting short in? So where you got short was already the extreme. There's nothing wrong with that, right? You want to get short at the extremes or long at the extremes. Now, I think what is great about what you did is that you use your entry method, which is order flow. So if you want to use order flow to enter at an extreme or an idea, great. Now, if you were to say, I entered short at 43.25 on the way down, and even though you made money, I would say that's fucking shitty ass entry, in my opinion. Because where are you wrong? You're wrong. Sorry, let me go to NQ so that because I know you trade NQ. But 956. If you got short there, I'm like, why? That doesn't make any sense, right? That makes zero sense why you would short there. Yes, you're going with the trend of the day, but that doesn't make any sense because your risk is so much higher. Because the first rule when you trade is know where you're fucking wrong. So you don't know if you're wrong at, if you enter at 956, are you wrong at 960? No. Are you wrong at 13,000? No. Are you wrong at 13,020? No. You're wrong at the high of the day. So, where you entered was perfect because you knew where you were wrong. right? You saw order flow at an area where you're interested in, which is an extreme. We talked about that, and you got short. It was fucking perfect. And it's not because you made money off of it, but because that's what you should be doing. Now, let's go back to say where I got short. It wasn't the high of it was the high of the day at the time. It was at what, 46. I got
Yeah.
short, but at the time it was a high of day. That's fine. Now, if I got short much, much later, at say 39, dude, what are you doing? You're in the middle of fucking nowhere. Why are you getting short? Right? Now, if
Exactly.
someone, you're right. So if someone got short, say, at 51, but, at the time it was a high day and it stopped them out, then we can talk about how we need to slow things down for that person. So I love how you did what you did, which is identify an extreme and use your entry method. So again, there's a lot of people that use, like, whether it's moving averages, crossovers, or I'm trying to think, stochastics, whatever it may be. It's fine. Just use it at the extremes and know the day type. And you knew the day type and you took advantage of the day type. Great fucking trade, dude.
Yeah, Zero. And I think that at this point, I think that all the indicators work, all the strategies work, as long as you're managing your risk. I think risk is the best indicator in trading in general. Like, it's like you said, if you trade over any kind of indicator, as long as you know how much you're willing to lose in order to get, for example, a 1 to 3R, 1 to 4, etc. If you're I think that's the key to edge. I think. Yeah.
It's not about what you're willing to lose; it's about where you're wrong. Right. So for me, when I trade multiple assets, if I know I'm wrong, and just for example, 10 points away, I'll scale down my entry quantity to match to ensure that 10 points away, and just an example, 10 points away is equivalent to my R for that strategy. So if my strategy is, say, $5,000, right? I'm gonna scale it and I'm gonna get the max amount of contracts that I can fill in with a 10-point risk. So that's what I do. And then whatever that number is, when I jump to, say, FX or, corn or soy, I'll do the same thing, because at the end of the day, I want my risk to be exactly the same. Now, when the risk or the number of contracts drops below a certain amount that I do not like, so say like 4 contracts, or sorry, less than 4 contracts, I don't like that. So I'll drop down to micros, and a lot of people are like, oh, you're going to incur a lot of my commissions. Dude, I don't care, man. I make, 10, 20 R, per, when it's successful, I'm making like 10 or 20 R. Why should I care about commissions? You shouldn't care about that. A loser gives a shit about commissions. A winner doesn't. A winner is looking for the max profitability, right? Commissions is only important if you're in and out, say, 10, 20 times per fucking day. Of course, it's going to eat into your profits. But if you're in, say, once or twice a day, who cares? So what you did was great. Yeah, I have no qualms about it. And trust me, I've chewed people out for making profitable trades at shitty areas. So I'm not cherry picking just because you made money on that. I think that as some
it's kind of a case study for us, for everybody. Like, I'm just I just executed something, the objective is to learn. That's it. Like, it's not about the money or not. Like, it's just to learn from all of, like, from all the people in this room.
Everyone.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Zero.
No. Think yourself. You had a fucking amazing trade, dude. Good stuff.
Yeah, thank you so much. I hope it's gonna repeat every day.
No, don't think that.
It won't. I'm just joking.
No. I'm not saying that you're a bad trader. I'm just saying, don't think that because you're gonna hurt yourself.
Like, to be honest with you, Zero, like lately I started to, like, besides this trade where I used the DOM, like 90% was only DOM reading at the extremes, at the high of the day. Like, I trade NQ now for a month and a half,
Mhm.
and like giving that
Yeah, you're
25
making me do a
points.
lot more work, man.
What you
You're
said?
making me do a lot more work.
I'm sorry for
'Cause
that.
I don't
I will
generate.
not ask you again. Don't worry.
No. You can. I don't.
Thanks.
No. Because you asked me, I saw some things that I brought to my group and I brought to myself. So what you asked me was perfectly fine. Really, even today, I see something why we bounce where we bounce because of you asked me. Because I don't generate intraday levels for anything aside from ES, just because the majority of you guys trade ES. So I don't trade. I don't generate that. But because you asked me to, I generated that. When I say generate, I mean go through fucking charts. And you did something really, really good. I was like, oh fuck, I missed that. And I was like, oh shit, okay, I need to, bring this up. I need to pay attention to that. So good on you for that. But all joking aside, I think it's fine. I just don't have the manpower to do it all by myself. To be honest with you.
Yeah. Have you tried to code something to automatically generate the levels on a daily basis? Or you trying to do it, or you didn't?
I haven't. I mean, I've tried on a superficial level, meaning PineScript, and I will tell you that either I'm fucking dumb as hell, or I just don't know how to do it.
No, I see.
Yeah, it's just so tough to generate capital flow information. Maybe PineScript doesn't have that information, but yeah.
But I think doing it manually gives you a daily update on all the instruments and assets that you're interested in. I think doing it manually gives you more, I don't know, more view of what's gonna happen or the scenarios or something. Like if you were generating them automatically, it wouldn't be the case, I think.
Possibly, but I mean, I'm on a major level. That's why when you ask me for NQ levels, I'll give you major levels and I'll tell you other. I'll do a quick glance on intraday levels, but at the same time, I mean, if I have to look at 30 different levels intraday, it's just too much for me. I just can't. It's just way too much. Yeah. And plus, I have to get into names like Tesla, Apple, Microsoft, everything. That's just way too much for me because all of that matters.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you about the Euro session. I noticed that the London Open gives easy setups, from a volume profile perspective.
Osman, we're gonna set up a London session trade.
No, I didn't ask you to ask you to
I
do
want
it
to. I want to
Yeah.
because I'm gonna cut our session short now. Meaning I'm gonna start trading. I mean, I already do, but I'm gonna start broadcasting and streaming London to about London close. So London trading session, because I don't think that anything else matters. Now, of course, today FOMC matters, but for the most part, I don't mind doing that at all.
Yeah.
So, as far as your observation with London, from what you've told me privately, think it's a good idea. I think it's a
Mhm.
great idea what you're thinking. Find a high,
Yeah.
find a low, trade it. Great fucking idea, dude.
Exactly, and like I also heard, I think Risky or Numbers, they said that I think Citadel, a hedge fund that sent his best traders to London or something like that, because London there is a huge potential of good traders or something like that. I don't remember exactly what they said, but lately London gives, for me, like from this month and a half, trading only NQ, not looking at ES. Like sometimes I take like few trades, like two trades a week on ES, but mostly on NQ. I noticed it's much easier than the RTH, like the London session, from
Mm-hmm.
a volume profile perspective, from high volume nodes, low volume nodes, etc. It gives more clear like rates, not like on like RTH. RTH is kind of a mess. Like today, it was rangy, but it spiked up, then goes
Mhm.
down, then the news spiked up, goes down, then again goes up, down. It's not really clear. But the Euro session, if it goes, it goes. It doesn't come back. Like it's rarely when it's like trends like backwards or something like that. If the trend is up, the move is up. Like it gives you your, from like how I trade, the 50 points is kind of 90% like sure. You just have to be patient. For example, today, before the
Yeah.
London Open, there was a sell-off. It was a clear move, like as Fat Cat call it, a reclaim on the Open, So the long at 12,810 was obvious, for example. And also, I think yesterday, same thing. It bounces like the RTH high or low, or any low volume nodes or high volume nodes. It's very there is a clear bounces over any level you have. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
From a volume profile perspective. I don't know, what do you think about your own levels, like from a capital flow perspective? I don't know how London is trading lately for you, if it's the case or it's another scenario or something like that, but that's what I noticed actually.
London will, in my opinion, will respect the levels no matter what. My levels, at least. That's my opinion on it. So I think you trading London levels is perfectly fine. Just know that, when you say London, do you mean before the US opens? Before the pre-market? Because that's a different London session.
The London Open. I'm talking about London Open,
Okay.
open at 8 a.m. GMT, London time. Yeah.
I think that's a great fucking idea. I think I personally enter most now that I'm in my time zone in London Open, because you actually make the most money there. Now,
Exactly. Yeah.
because, well, have you ever heard of the idea that the low and high of the day is actually made in London session? Have you heard of that?
No,
Okay.
no, never.
So if the low or the high of the day is made in London session, imagine you can identify that and get long, and you can hold.
Exactly.
Now, I'm not a fan of this move up, because I think tomorrow's going to be a shit show. But if you identified the low of the day in NQ and you got long there and you just held, I mean, for fuck's sakes, you just made like 700 points.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I agree with that. So, for instance, yesterday, the low of London actually came during, for the most part, midway of Asia session. So if you held that, you would have made money. But I'm not saying to do that all the time. You have to identify what's happening. But I think that's a great idea. I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
Yeah, exactly. Like it was a high volume node from the Asian session. That where the price gave that good entry in the yesterday London session.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I will try. Like it's kind of a live backtest. I didn't backtest it like for years or something like that. But it's kind of like on in action. when the London session opens, I look at the charts, I set up the volume profiles and stuff. I just try to find the like the 1 hour, 4 hour volume profile, the composites, high volume nodes, low volume nodes, areas, and also I combine it with, for example, a 5-minute volume profile of 2 days, 3 days. It depends.
Yeah.
And to mix them, like it's
Wait.
kind of.
Cosmo, hold on. Watch 21, guys. Go on, Cosmo.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, watch 21. That's it. Nothing else. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. So for
40,
me, like
21.
as a conclusion, London session lately gave me more like confidence in trades, like better than RTH. But let's see, like also with the RTH session, there is no issue, but it's kind of messy, you know. It's kind of risky, you know, not like the London session. That's it.
I don't disagree with you at all.
Yeah.
I think what you're saying or what you're thinking is correct. You want to actually enter, especially if you're trading once or twice a day. Great fucking way. Great, good stuff. Yeah. But
yeah, so,
if you're a scalper, personally, you know, especially for US people, they can't wake up there. Right? So yeah, I think what you just said makes sense.
yeah, and also like I try to I'm like trying to find my personal strategy from all what I'm learning from here, from other people, other groups, etc. But the most that I learn is from this community, to be honest, and from you, Zero, Risky, Numbers, Fat Cat. Like 90% of what I know is from all what you share.
Oh, you don't have to give us credit, man. You had a good trade.
No, but this is the truth, to be honest with you. Like, internet is full of bullshit, to be honest. And like, starting my trading journey, like now, I don't know, like 7 months ago, that I wasn't aware of nothing, and trying right now to develop something, a strategy, my personal strategy. I'm not like relying on other people. I started to internalize everything with myself, like try to find my own edge, my own risk management strategy, my own parameters, etc. Because nobody's gonna give you 100% their strategy. You know, even me, I won't give it to another if I ever find it, but I will give information. I will help people like to find kind of their own style, their own personality to match it. Like I will talk more about how I approach right now trading. Like for example, if I have, for example, per day, I have a $500 daily loss. Yeah. So in the London session, if I'm right, so I get a 25-point stop loss and a 50-point take profit. So if I'm right, I'm up $1,000. So it's like a ticket to the RTH session, you know. So if I'm right, I'm gonna trade the RTH session.
No, I agree. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
It's just test for you, Cosmo. What number did I just call out right now in ES?
I don't watch ES. I'm watching NQ, to be honest with you. I don't know. I don't know. To be honest with you.
Does anyone know? Chow, Harvey. Exactly. So where do we bounce? What's the low of that current swing? Yeah. The low of
Sorry
the
for that, Zero.
1950.
Sure.
No, Cosmo, don't apologize.
I'm just because
you
I'm
can
just
easily mitigate risks by then, right? So just a FYI. Go on, Cosmo. I'm just pointing that out because entries are so important. Even though you got stopped out right now, if you got in at 19, that's fine. You gave yourself a good chance. That's what I'm trying to get at. You know, like that bounce right there of maybe it's more than that. 3 points is enough for you to mitigate risk. And that's what I want you guys to get at, is that when someone's calling this, whether it's me or John or, Harvey or Cosmo, or, this is a community. And this is why no one is mute in this channel. It's because you can call shit out. Just don't call shit out stupidly, right? Meaning, oh, we're going to bounce here at 1375. Nope. 1325. Nope. 13. No. Just, have, state your reason or whatever. But the point is, you would have been able to mitigate risks, and you have nothing but the upside. So it's a great thing. So, anyways, Cosmo, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah. No, that's I'm totally agree what you just said. So yeah, like if I'm right on the London session, it gave me a ticket to trade, like the possibility to trade the RTH session. So with a 25 point stop, you're up, for example, $1,000 from the London session. I'm talking about one mini contract on NQ with a 25 points risk or stop loss with a 50 point take profit. A fixed, like no matter what the markets does, it's a fixed, like risk management. It's a fixed stop. So when I enter the RTH, I have two shots, like two possibilities to trade. If I'm wrong the first, I'm still up 500. If I'm wrong the second time, I'm break even on the day. So if I'm wrong on London session, I don't trade RTH. That's the rule. Like, you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So if someday,
you're
for
imposing your
example,
own rule on yourself. Okay.
exactly, like I'm just trying to share how I see things from a risk management perspective. So if I'm right, for example, the whole day, the first trade on London session, the first trade on RTH and the second trade on RTH, I will be up like $3,000, which gives me 6 days of like being wrong, if you see what I mean, from a risk management perspective, and also from a psychological aspect of trading. You're not like you're not you're not taking it personal. If you're wrong, you're wrong, and you're okay. That's it. And you trade sim on the RTH. That's okay.
Here's the thing, Cosmo, is when this is why I emphasize that your first trade needs to be following every single duck in order, right? So if you follow, you're like, oh shit, this hits every single checklist, and you take a long or short, that gives you more confidence in the end. So what you're saying is absolutely right. If you can hit a good trade in London session, that gives you added confidence and obviously padding for the rest of the day or week.
Exactly.
So like for me, it's like, because I hit a big fucking trade on, Thursday and Friday of last week, I don't care that Monday and Tuesday was bad weeks for me or bad days for me.
Exactly.
I made more than today, more than I made or lost in Monday and Tuesday, but that's okay. So what I'm trying to get at, what you're trying to get at is absolutely right. You're absolutely right about that. The first trade is so important. It sets your mood.
Exactly. And like taking it on London session, as long as the setups are clearer, it gives more confidence than just trading directly the RTH Open. The RTH Open is very, very risky, very, very like they want to catch people,
Yeah.
But the London session, they try to see what the yesterday RTH did, and they trade over it. You see what I mean? Yeah. So I think it's kind of following the RTH mood and not making its own scenario of the market or something like that. I think I don't know if this is the case or not, but I feel that's the case for the London session. Like they are not deciding of the market direction or something like that. They just trade what has been made like on the RTH and New York session. That's it. From what they, yeah.
Yes, I agree with you. And we're gonna start at London session for those of you guys who want to wake up early. And we'll see what happens. But all in all, you're a good trader, man. Like if you have that mindset, that's already a winning, good stuff, man.
Thank you, Zero. Like as I told you and told Fat Cat the first day, like it's kind of I'm not looking for making money now. I'm just trying to understand. That's it. If I understand, if I find an edge, like a mathematical, statistical edge with my risk management, etc., and how I see things,
Mm-hmm.
that's the objective. Like the money will come. If you're good, you're good. The money will follow.
Absolutely.
That's it. Money is just
The thing about Cosmo, the thing is, like for me, I can't say a mathematical edge, and that's something you need to talk to more of. Like Chow's really fucking good with this shit. Numbers is really good, and I'm leaving people out for a reason, and I'm including people for a reason. But you should talk to Chow. You should talk to Numbers in regards to this. Frozen is another one. Frozen Tundra is another one.
Mhm.
As far as like automating shit, but Fat Cat and I are weird fucking individuals where you can't simulate Fat Cat. You can, you can probably, but it's rare and it's hard. And because he does order flow in his own brain, whereas I do capital flow in my own brain, it's very, very difficult. So,
Yeah.
I think you're on the right path. You're doing well. So,
Thank you,
I'm
Zero.
excited.
Thank
I'm
you.
excited to see what the fuck you're gonna do with the eval.
I'm excited too, man.
Yeah. Well,
Thank
hey
you,
Mike.
thank you
By
so
the
much.
way, if you're listening, I might kick someone out. If you want to get in, I'll let you know. If he pisses me off, I'll fucking kick him out. I don't care. Not you, Bayman. Now everything's about you, Bayman. Jesus Christ. Wait, Bayman's not that fucking girl. You do? Yeah, never mind. Anyways, I'll be right back. I like you guys. I do. That's why I started kicking people out because if Dave is in here, we're gonna start streaming privately now. Maybe I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about streaming privately, for the Levels Chatter, which Peter, you're in now. Cosmo, you're in now. But I'm thinking about streaming that privately because there's a lot of shit that I want to fucking teach that I don't want to teach publicly because, frankly, I don't trust you guys because you guys are in and out. Like there's some people in here for a month and they disappear. The only one that has been here from fucking day one is Harvey. There's other people in here, but they're just not consistent. So, I'm not gonna fucking expose everything I know just because you're here. Anyways, I'll be right back, guys. They're calling me in the group. Hold on.